Welcome back to Good Your Sleep, the quiet corner where curiosity doesn't demand anything from you, where knowing something new doesn't have to mean working hard, where the largest questions in existence can simply drift through your mind the way clouds pass across a night sky, slowly, without urgency, without destination. Tonight, I want to ask you something unusual. Not what the universe is, not where it came from, or how large it stretches, or what lives inside it. Those are questions for other evenings, and we will get to them. Tonight, the question is smaller and stranger, and somehow more difficult than any of those. Tonight, I want to ask, what is the universe actually doing right now? Not a million years ago, not in some theoretical model on a whiteboard. Right now, at this very moment, while you are lying where you are, while your breathing is beginning to slow, while the sounds around you are settling into the background texture of night. What is happening out there? It is the kind of question that sounds simple until you sit with it, and then it opens into something vast. So let's sit with it, together, slowly. Take a moment, if you can, to notice where you are right now. The weight of your body against whatever surface holds you. The temperature of the air near your face. The small sounds that fill the room. The hum of something electrical, the distant rhythm of a city or the absence of it. A breath, a settling of walls. You are here, present, still. And the universe is also here, present, not still at all. That contrast, your stillness against its motion, is where tonight's journey begins. Because the universe, in this very moment, is not resting. It is not pausing for us to catch up. It is doing an enormous number of things all at once, in every direction, across distances so vast they have no edge we can name. Stars are being born. Stars are dying. Galaxies are drifting apart from each other at speeds that would take your breath away if speed meant anything at those scales. Light is traveling. Gravity is pulling. Gas is collapsing. Time is bending slightly around every massive object that exists. All of it, right now, while you breathe. The universe does not sleep, but we can rest inside the thought of it. And that is what we are here to do. Let's begin with something close. Something almost reachable. Our sun. That enormous ball of gas that warms your skin on a summer afternoon, that makes shadows and seasons and the slow, reliable rhythm of day, is doing something right now. It is fusing. At its core, about 700 million tons of hydrogen are being converted into helium every single second. Not every minute, every second. That process releases energy. That energy begins its journey outward through layers of plasma so dense that a single photon of light, born in the core, may take 100,000 years to reach the surface. 100,000 years bouncing and scattering through the interior before it finally escapes and then travels the remaining 8 minutes to reach your skin. The sunlight on your face was not made this morning. It began its life inside the sun around the time early humans were painting the walls of caves. That is something the sun is doing right now. And it has been doing it continuously without pause for about 4.5 billion years. It will continue for another 5 billion or so before it begins to change. But right now, in this moment, it burns. Steadily, faithfully, indifferent to whether we notice. You have probably felt sunlight on your face and thought nothing of it. Most of us have. But that warmth is the end of a journey so long and strange that to trace it all the way back to its beginning in the solar core is to realize that something as ordinary as light has already been on an adventure you cannot quite imagine. Now move further out. Past the sun, past the planets, past the cold, dark edge of our solar system, where comets drift in slow, lonely orbits waiting for a gravitational nudge to send them inward. Out here, in the space between stars, something is also happening. We tend to think of space as empty. It is not. Between the stars of our galaxy, the Milky Way, there is a medium. A thin scattering of gas and dust and radiation. Mostly hydrogen. Cold. Almost impossibly cold. In some places only a few degrees above absolute zero. And yet this medium is not passive. It moves. It clumps. It ripples when a nearby star explodes. It carries waves of pressure outward, like the rings that spread from a stone dropped into still water. Except that these rings are made of matter, and they travel for light years, and they take millions of years to cross the spaces between stars. Right now, somewhere in the Milky Way, a cloud of that gas is doing something remarkable. It is collapsing, slowly at first, too slowly for any single human lifetime to notice, even in principle. But gravity, which is patient in a way that nothing else is pulling the particles of that cloud inward, toward a center, toward each other. And as they fall, they compress, and as they compress, they heat, and one day, not tomorrow, not in 1,000 years, but one day measured in millions of years, the pressure and the temperature at the center of that collapse will reach a threshold. A threshold where hydrogen nuclei, pressed close enough together by the sheer weight of the gas above them, will fuse. And a new star will be born. It is happening right now. Somewhere in this galaxy, a star is being born that has not yet arrived. A sun that does not yet exist. The raw material of it is already falling together, drawn by gravity's slow patience, toward its own beginning. There are clouds in our galaxy, great towering structures of gas many light years across, where this process is not happening once but thousands of times simultaneously. The Orion Nebula, which you can see with your naked eye on a clear winter night as a faint smudge below Orion's belt, is one of these places. Inside it, right now, clusters of young stars shine with blue-white heat, barely formed, still wrapped in the gas and dust from which they came. They are new. Some of them may not have existed when your grandparents were born. The galaxy is not a museum. It is a factory, still open, still running. Now come back to yourself for a moment. You are lying still. The universe is not. There is something almost restful in that imbalance. You do not have to do anything for stars to be born. You do not have to do anything for the sun to keep burning. You do not have to do anything for gravity to keep pulling that distant cloud together. The universe is working, constantly, completely without your input. And for these few minutes, you can simply let it. Let it do what it does. Let it burn and collapse and expand and radiate. You only have to breathe. Let's travel further now, past our galaxy, into the space between galaxies. If you've ever had the experience of standing in a truly dark place, somewhere far from cities, somewhere the sky is not orange at the edges, but actually black, genuinely black, the way it was for all of human history before electricity, then you may have seen the Milky Way, a broad river of light stretching from one horizon to the other. Hundreds of billions of stars, too faint to be seen individually, their light blending into a continuous glow. That glow is our home, our galaxy, seen from inside. And just beyond it, in every direction, lie other galaxies. Not a few, not thousands, hundreds of billions of them, scattered across the observable universe the way grains of sand are scattered across a beach. And then beyond that beach, more beach, stretching further than we can see or measure. Right now, between those galaxies, something is happening that has no parallel in human experience. Space itself is expanding. Not the galaxies moving through space, the way a boat moves through water. The space between them is stretching, growing. The fabric of the universe itself is getting larger. Every moment, the distance between distant galaxies increases. Not because they are running from each other, but because the space between them is being created. This is not a metaphor. This is what is happening right now. It was discovered in the 1920s when astronomers noticed that the light from distant galaxies was stretched, shifted toward the red end of the spectrum. The way a sound becomes lower in pitch when its source moves away from you. The further the galaxy, the greater the shift. The universe is expanding, and it is not expanding at a constant rate. It is accelerating. Something we cannot see, cannot touch, cannot detect directly, is pushing it outward faster and faster. We have given it a name, dark energy. But the name is really just a label for our ignorance. We do not know what it is. We only know what it does. Right now, dark energy is winning. It is pushing the universe apart faster than gravity can hold it together at the largest scales. The great web of galaxies and clusters and superclusters, all of it is slowly being pulled away from itself. Galaxies beyond a certain distance are receding from us faster than the speed of light. Not because they are moving faster than light through space, but because the space between us and them is growing so quickly that light can never cross the gap. There are galaxies we can never reach. There are galaxies whose light will never reach us. They exist, right now, in the same universe, separated from us not by any wall or barrier, but simply by distance and the relentless outward push of a universe that does not pause. To think about this is to feel something that might be loneliness, if loneliness could be felt on a cosmic scale. Or it might be freedom. The universe is so vast and still growing that no single place in it can ever see all of it. We can only see our corner. And from our corner, we look out and try to understand what is happening in the parts we cannot visit. Here is something worth sitting with for a moment. Every piece of information we receive from the universe arrives in the form of light, or something like light. Radio waves, infrared, X-rays, gamma rays, gravitational waves. All of them travel, at most, at the speed of light. All of them take time to reach us, which means we never see the universe as it is. We see the universe as it was. The moon, which hangs close and familiar, is seen as it was about 1.25 seconds ago. The sun as it was 8 minutes ago. The nearest star, Proxima Centauri, as it was 4 years ago. The Andromeda Galaxy, that faint oval you can see with your own eyes on a clear night, as it was 2.5 million years ago. And the most distant objects we can observe with our telescopes are seen as they were 13 billion years ago, when the universe was very young, when galaxies were still forming, when everything was different and everything was also somehow the beginning of everything that would come. So when we ask what the universe is doing right now at this moment while you lie still, the honest answer is, we do not fully know. We can calculate, we can model, we can take what we see and project it forward, using the laws of physics, using what we know about how matter and energy behave. But see the universe as it is, in this moment, across its full extent? We cannot. Light is both our connection to the cosmos and the reason the cosmos is always slightly beyond our reach. We receive its messages, but the messages are old. The universe is always writing to us from the past. And yet, and this is the part worth holding on to, the laws that govern it do not change. Gravity behaves the same way it did 13 billion years ago. Light travels at the same speed. Hydrogen fuses under the same conditions. The physics is constant even when the universe itself is not. And so the messages we receive, old as they are, still tell us true things about what is happening. The past is still the universe. The past is still real. Let's come back to something smaller, something gentler. Right now, in this moment, neutrinos are passing through you. Neutrinos are tiny particles, almost massless, almost entirely without interaction with ordinary matter. They are produced in enormous quantities by the nuclear reactions in the sun's core, and they travel outward in all directions at nearly the speed of light. Billions of them pass through every square centimeter of your body every single second. Through you, through the floor beneath you, through the entire planet below that. They pass through the Earth as though it were barely there. You cannot feel them. They leave no mark. They do not slow down. They do not notice you. And yet they are there, right now, streaming through your body in numbers too large to speak without the words sounding like mistakes. Billions. Per second. Per square centimeter. You are always inside the sun's light, even in the dark. Even at midnight with the sun on the other side of the planet, neutrinos from the solar core are still passing through you from below, up through the Earth, as though darkness meant nothing at all. There is something strangely comforting in that. The sun does not stop reaching you when it sets. It only changes the direction it approaches from. Now let's go further into this moment, into what is happening at scales smaller than neutrinos, smaller than atoms. The universe, right now, is filled with the afterglow of its own beginning. When the universe was very young, not 1,000,000 years old, not 1,000, but minutes, it was hot, unimaginably hot. A dense, bright plasma of energy and particles everywhere at once, before there were stars, before there were atoms, before there was darkness. It glowed. Everything glowed. The entire universe was light. And then, over hundreds of thousands of years, it cooled. As it cooled, the plasma became gas. And when it became gas, the light that had been trapped inside it, bouncing around, unable to travel freely, was finally released. It streamed outward in all directions. That light is still traveling. It has been traveling for 13.5 billion years. It has been stretched by the expansion of the universe from the blazing white light of a plasma into something cooler, something quieter. Microwaves. Low-energy radiation, spread evenly in every direction. And right now it is landing on you. On everything. On the ground beneath your window and the sky above your roof and every surface in this room. We call it the cosmic microwave background. It is the oldest light in the universe. It is not coming from any particular star or galaxy. It is coming from everywhere, equally, because it was made when everywhere was the same place. When the universe was young and compact and bright and just beginning to figure out what it was going to become. You are bathed in it right now. In the glow of creation itself, cooled to almost nothing, stretched thin by 13 billion years of travel, barely detectable, but real. Landing on your skin, passing through your walls, present in this room as much as the darkness is. The beginning of everything is still arriving. It never stopped. Let's drift back to a larger view. Right now, somewhere in the observable universe, a star is ending. The death of a star is not a quiet thing. When a star massive enough, many times the mass of our sun, reaches the end of its fuel supply, the outward pressure that has been holding it up against gravity for millions of years suddenly fails. The core collapses in a fraction of a second, and the resulting explosion, a supernova, releases more energy in that moment than the sun will release in its entire 10 billion-year lifetime. In our galaxy alone, a star like this explodes roughly once every 50 years or so. In the observable universe, with its hundreds of billions of galaxies, supernovas happen somewhere every second. Every second. One. Right now, as you breathe, somewhere in the universe a star is ending in a brightness that briefly outshines its entire galaxy. It is violent, it is magnificent, and it is also generous, because the explosion does not only destroy, it scatters. The heavy elements that were forged in the star's core over millions of years, the iron, the calcium, the silicon, the oxygen, are thrown outward into space at tremendous speed. They will travel for thousands of years. They will mix with the gas between stars. They will eventually be drawn into new clouds, new collapses, new stars, new planets. The iron in your blood was made in the core of a star that died before our sun was born. It was scattered by an explosion. It traveled through space. It was gathered, along with everything else, into the cloud that became our solar system. And eventually, after billions of years of chemistry and biology and evolution, it ended up here, carrying oxygen through your veins, helping you breathe while you listen to this. You are the product of a supernova. More than one, almost certainly. The death of stars is written into your body. And right now, it is happening again. New deaths, new scatterings, new material on its way to becoming something we cannot yet imagine. Rest with that for a moment. Just breathe. There is no urgency in any of this. These processes move on scales that make urgency meaningless. A star takes millions of years to collapse. The light from a supernova takes thousands of years to travel to its destination. The expansion of the universe is measured in billions of years. And yet all of it is happening continuously. All of it is happening right now. Not in grand dramatic moments, but in the steady, patient, uninterrupted way that the universe does everything. Without announcement, without fanfare, without waiting for an audience. You do not have to witness it to be part of it. You already are. There is one more thing the universe is doing right now that I want to tell you about. It is perhaps the strangest, and perhaps the most beautiful. It is making complexity. The early universe was almost perfectly uniform, almost perfectly smooth. If you could have looked at it when it was a few 100,000 years old, you would have seen a glowing fog, almost the same in every direction, with only the tiniest variations in density, ripples smaller than 1/1000%. Barely anything, almost nothing different from place to place. But gravity is patient, and gravity noticed those ripples. And over hundreds of millions of years, it pulled the denser regions slightly denser, and the less dense regions slightly emptier. And those small differences grew. Slowly, patiently, until the denser regions collapsed into clouds, and clouds collapsed into stars, and stars formed galaxies, and galaxies gathered into clusters, and clusters arranged themselves into the great web of filaments and voids that makes up the large-scale structure of the universe today. From almost nothing different to this. From almost perfect uniformity to hundreds of billions of galaxies. From simplicity to complexity, driven only by gravity and time and the tiniest of initial ripples. And here, on this small planet, around this average star, in this ordinary spiral galaxy life. Awareness. The ability to ask what the universe is doing. The universe did not plan this. The universe does not plan anything. It only follows its own rules, consistently, everywhere, always. And those rules, given enough time and the right conditions, produce complexity. They produce chemistry. They produce biology. They produce the capacity to wonder. Right now, the universe is doing that still. On other worlds, perhaps the same process is underway. We do not know. We cannot yet see. But the conditions that produce life here are not unique to here. The same elements exist everywhere. The same physics applies. The same patient unfolding is happening in places we have never looked, in galaxies whose names we have not yet invented. The universe, right now, may be producing its first awareness somewhere new. Its first question. Its first quiet moment of a consciousness trying to understand what is around it. We will never know. The light from those places, if it exists, has not reached us. May never reach us. But the thought is there. The possibility is real. And the universe contains it, whether or not we can confirm it. You are tired now, perhaps. The way a long journey makes you tired not from effort, but from distance. From how far you've traveled in your mind tonight. We have been to the core of the sun and the edges of the observable universe. We have watched stars being born and dying. We have felt neutrinos pass through us and rested in the ancient glow of creation. We have held the thought of a universe expanding, right now in all directions, driven by something we cannot name. And through all of it, you have been here, breathing, present, small in scale but not in significance. Because significance is not measured in light years. It is measured in awareness, in the capacity to ask, in the willingness to sit quietly with the enormity of things and not be frightened by them. The universe is doing an enormous number of things right now. It is burning, collapsing, scattering, expanding, cooling, connecting, complexifying, asking, perhaps through us and through whatever else may exist in its vast expanse. And you are part of it, not a spectator, not separate. You are one of the things the universe is doing right now. You are a thing the universe made and then gave the ability to wonder about itself. That is not a small thing. That is perhaps the most extraordinary thing the universe does. So as your eyes grow heavy and your thoughts begin to soften at their edges, let the universe keep working. It will not stop. It never does. Stars will keep forming in the dark clouds of the galaxy while you sleep. The ancient light of the cosmic background will keep falling on every surface, quiet and ancient and everywhere. The sun will keep its steady fusion, making the light that will reach us in 100,000 years. Galaxies will drift further apart along the great web of structure, following the rules they have always followed. All of that is happening, right now, continuously, without you having to do a thing. You can rest. The universe is working. You have done enough for today. Enough for a being of your size and your brevity and your particular, irreplaceable kind of awareness. Sleep now. Drift. Let your thoughts become the soft edges of things rather than their sharp definitions. And if a question rises as you fall towards sleep, if you find yourself wondering, in that half-formed way that thoughts have just before unconsciousness, what the universe is doing right now, you already know the answer. Everything. It is doing everything, and it will still be doing it when you wake. Thank you for spending this time here. If you found something to rest beside tonight, some thought, some image, some small piece of the vast, then this has done what it was made to do. Come back whenever the night feels too quiet or too loud, and we will find another question worth drifting through together. Sleep well.